Well, good evening all. Welcome back to Facebook Live on the Pinkham Facebook page. I hope I've done this on the Pinkham Facebook page. I did make that mistake earlier and did it on the
That'll be all right.
on my one. I'm sure it'll be fine. Anyway, we're still here at Cardiff, although we need to get home, so we won't be too long. But Mr. David Freezer is with me in the beautiful surroundings of Cardiff City Stadium.
That's the glow of an away win you can see behind us.
Yeah, I'll take that, definitely. What did you make of Alec Neil's press conference performance after the game? He seemed quite happy.
Yeah, happy, but the same with that as ever with Alex. He wasn't too up because he always talks about trying to stay centred, doesn't he? But you could see he was very satisfied with it, very pleased with Mitchell Dykes, understandably, because he was kind of chucked in the deep end today. That was a bit of an aerial bombardment at times, but he really stood up to it. Him and Tim Closer both got sort of special words of praise from Alex, and he was just thrilled with the ugly side of the game, which is what has let them down at the majority of the season, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That's been so much of the criticism has been that from him as well. It has to be said. At times he's called that into question, as well as us lot, of course, as well. And I guess we're all wondering if this is Norwich having turned the corner. I mean, they've done really well at home, but this is the first time they've won on the road since the 1st of October. What did you get a sense of that, having watched that today?
Well, we're going to get the answer quite quickly, aren't we? Tuesday night at Wigan. The penny's clearly dropped. They know that they've got a battle. That was a proper championship game today, wasn't it? I mean, Norwich could have won it by a couple more, but they could have easily got a penalty decision against them in the second half. It was a proper championship scrap, and you know, if they hadn't had this awful patch in the middle of the season, then that's exactly the sort of game that, if you were challenging for the top two, you'd say, well, that's the sort of form that a title-winning team, or the sort of result that a title-winning team puts in. It's the sort of thing that Burnley did a lot when they got promoted, and Alex actually spoke about that in the summer, that Burnley was sort of the role models almost for how you get a championship promotion. So it's definitely a step in the right direction, because that wasn't easy today. But if they follow it up at Wigan with another win, then the whole season is taking a completely different complexion very quickly.
Yeah, so it's good to have that momentum. We've been missing that, certainly. Were you there for Neil Warnock's press conference too? How was he? Was he in good form? Good old Neil. I'm a big Neil Warnock fan, I have to say.
He's all right with journalists, actually, most of the time, Neil. He was very pragmatic. From what I heard in the press room from the boys who cover Cardiff locally, he's sort of written off this season already, because they can't make the playoffs.
That's good though, because he's saying they're safe, because that very much wasn't the case a few months ago.
They have picked up under him, haven't they? But that's going to be more their concern. But you would have thought they're a mid-table team. You know, they didn't look too bad today, did they? Zahori up front has got something about him. Peter Whittingham's a good championship operator, obviously. But he, like I say, he was pragmatic. He was actually quite pleased with how his boys did. He said that it was nice to be able to show that we can compete with the sort of teams who can spend 7 million on players, referring to Yannick Wiltshire, obviously. So he did talk about the penalties. He said that the incident with Reece Healy, where he was booked for diving after there appeared to be a bit of contact with Tim Closer, he said that he thought booking was unfair because there's clearly contact, and I can maybe see his point with that one. And then 3 minutes later, Jacob Murphy made that tackle to bail out Ivo Pinto when Kadeem Harris got behind him, didn't he? So from where we were sat in the press box, I thought Jacob had made a really good tackle and won the ball, but Neil Warnock wasn't happy with that, as the home fans weren't as well, and he said that he thought the linesman had talked about there being no deviation, that there was deviation of the ball, but Neil was saying, well, he was the other side of the pitch and he had John Ruddy and players in front of him, so how he described him as superhuman if he could see that. So he wasn't too chuffed with that.
Well, why would he be? Why would he? At least John Ruddy made a cracking save, which I suppose Norwich needed. They needed those moments to go for them as well, didn't they?
I thought John was good on the whole today. He claimed a lot of crosses. Like I said, Peter Whittingham takes a good set piece, doesn't he? So he punched a few of them clear. I think that's 7 clean sheets this season for him now, so it's not bad.
It's not bad, is it? Considering how much criticism we're giving them for that as well earlier in the season. Right, unless there's anything you want to get off your chest before we go home.
Win at Wigan.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, Dave, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. We will be back, of course, with Wigan, and we'll have a presser on Monday, I believe, as well. So until then, let's go home. I'll leave you with the sights. Wait for it. Come on, phone. Wait for it. Hang on. Wait for it. Cardiff City Stadium. There you go. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the win.